So this plan was introduced by Frederick Winslow Taylor, who is also called as a father of scientific management. So that is 6 units into 8 hours, your standard unit it is 48. Then we need to calculate the piece rate, that is time rate divided by 6 units. So we will get the piece rate. So if the worker's rate of efficiency, if it is below 100, then he will get the low piece rate. Hello dear student, welcome to the session. My name is Kupamti, faculty in the Department of Commerce, Vidyashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. So we are discussing fundamentals of cost accounting of first second semester BCom. So fourth unit, that is what we are discussing, labor cost. So in the today's session, we are going to discuss an important two system of that is the piece rate system. In the previous sessions, we have seen the time rate system under the Halsey's and Rowan's plan, how to calculate the total wages that is based on the time rate. So under the piece rate system, where the payment is based on the number of units produced by the workers. So we have two plans. One, it is the Taylor's differential piece rate system, and then Merrick differential piece rate system. So here in the previous sessions, we have seen the payment based on the time of work, how the hours worked by the workers. So there we have seen the Halsey's and the Rowan's plan. So here, when the payment to the workers, it is based on what is the unit produced by them. To calculate that wage, we have two systems. So one, it is the Taylor's differential piece rate system. Another, it is the Merrick differential piece rate system. So both the concept, it is very important in the exam point of view, where you can expect the questions for the 10 marks under these two methods. So first we'll see what is the Taylor's differential piece rate method or the piece rate system. So this plan was introduced by Frederick Winslow Taylor, who is also called as a father of scientific management. So this plan, it is developed or framed by the F.W. Taylors. So under this system, the standard task is established after careful study and the motion study, and the two piece rate are set. So under this plan, that means under the F.W. Taylor, after the careful study and the scientific study, the two standards are set. So that means before the workers, they go for the actual work, first they will fix the standard. What is the standard of efficiency that each worker has to work? So that one estimation and that one standard has been set. So that standard, it is set after the careful study and the motion study. So here the two piece rates are fixed. So after that careful study, the two piece rate are fixed. If the worker does the work within the standard time, he receives the higher piece rate. So that means, for example, for any worker, an example, I take worker A, the standard time given for him to complete the task. Suppose he has allotted a time of 10 hours. To complete a task, if he gets a standard time, it is 10 hours. And after the actual work, suppose he complete that work within the standard time. So that means at that time, he will get the high piece rate. Suppose, for example, here in an example, worker A, the standard time given it is 10 hours. Suppose he complete the work in 8 hours. So that means what? He will get the high piece rate. So he will get the high piece rate. So that means any worker, if we complete the work before the standard time, so he will get the high piece rate. Whereas if he takes longer time, he receives the low piece rate. So that means if any worker takes the time more than the standard time, or if he takes longer time to complete the task, then he will get the low piece rate. So under the Taylor's differential piece rate system, two rates are fixed. One, it is the high piece rate and the low piece rate. If any worker complete the work before the standard time, he will get the high piece rate. Or if any worker fails to complete the work within the standard time, he will get the low piece rate. So what is the high piece rate and low piece rate percentage? So here, low piece rate is usually 83% of the piece rate. So it is very important to calculate the Taylor's differential piece rate system. So always your low piece rate, it is 83% of piece rate, and when it comes to the high piece rate, it is about 175%. of piece rate. So this is important in calculating the piece rate. Sometimes in the question, they will mention what is the low piece rate percentage and what is the high piece rate percentage. So in that case, we will take whatever the percentage mentioned in the question. Suppose that percentage is not mentioned, this is the standard percentage that we need to take. Suppose your piece rate fixed, that means per unit rate fixed, suppose if it is rupees 30. 30 rupees is the piece rate. So when we calculate the low piece rate, we'll apply 83% on 30 rupees. Then that will become the low piece rate. Then high piece rate will calculate 175% of 30 rupees. So that is the high piece rate. So that we are getting. So here under the Taylor's differential piece rate system, important two piece rate that we need to calculate, that is the low piece rate, which is 83% of this piece rate, then high piece rate, which is 175% of this piece rate. Suppose in the question, if these percentage are not mentioned, if these percentage are mentioned in the question, for example, low piece rate is 80%, high piece rate is 120%, that time we need to take that whatever the percentage is given in the question. So this is the overall about the Taylor's differential piece rate system, where he gives us two standard, one it is the high piece rate, another one it is the low piece rate. So now we'll see one question. So to calculate the earnings of the workers under Taylor's differential piece rate system. So when you have the questions, you need to read clearly which system they have asked you to follow, whether it is the Taylor's differential piece rate system or the Merrick differential piece rate system. So here in these questions, we are applying the Taylor's differential piece rate system. So what is the time rate? Per hour it is 30 rupees. For 1 hour work, so the rate fixed or the wages fixed, it is 30 rupees. And standard output per hour. So 1 hour, what is the unit they need to produce? It is 6 unit. Next. So differential piece rate are, see, the low piece rate at 80%. So here in the questions clearly it is given what is the low piece rate percentage that you need to apply, which is 80%. And high piece rate, it is 120% of normal piece rate. So in the question, your low piece rate, when we calculate, we need to apply 80% of the piece rate. Then high piece rate, we need to apply 120% of the piece rate. Suppose in the questions, if these two are not given, then you will apply these percentage for 83 low piece rate, and for a high piece rate it is 175. But in these questions, we have clearly given with the differential piece rate, that is 80% and 120%. So that we need to take. And then in a day of 8 hours, so that means in a day of 8 hours, that means what? We need to calculate 1 day wages, that is 1 day working hours, it is 8 hours. For 8 hours, see the worker Bharat produced 39 units and Govinda, he produced 48 units. So here in this question, we have two workers. Bharat produced 39 units and Govinda, he produced 48 units in a 1 day. In a 1 day, 8 hours, they produced this much of units. So for this units, what is the wages that we are going to get? So that we need to calculate under Taylor's system. So now we'll see the solution part. So first we'll do the working note. Working note. So what are the information is given in the questions that we'll take here. See the time rate per hour. See, time rate per hour, it is rupees 30. And here we have the standard output. So that means what is the unit they need to produce? Per hour it is 6 unit. So standard output or the standard production they need to produce per hour, it is, see, per hour it is 6 unit. 6 unit. So that means in the questions what we are asked to calculate in a day of 8 hours. So that means we are calculating for 8 hours. So therefore standard output per day. So per day of 8 hours. We are calculating the wages of 8 hours of 1 day work. So that is 6 unit. If it is for 1 hour, for 8 hours, how much? So 6 unit into 8 hours. So your standard output, it is 48 units. So we need to convert the standard output for per hour. So we need to convert that for 8 hours, because in the question we are calculating the wages of workers. It is for 8 hours. So in the 8 hours he produced 39 units and Govinda he produced 48 units, and the standard output, it is fixed for 8 hours, it is 48 units. That is per hour 6 unit into 8 hours. So your standard output per 8 hours, it is 48 unit. Then here we have the time rate. For 1 hour, the amount they are giving, it is 30 rupees. So therefore, next we need to calculate, this is 1, this is second, this is, we need to calculate what is the piece rate. Piece rate. So that means for 1 hour, rupees 30, and in that 1 hour, they have to produce 6 unit. So piece rate, it is rupees 30 for 1 hour work, and in that 1 hour they have to produce 6 units. So amount divided by number of unit, you will get the piece rate. So that is rupees 5. It is the piece rate that we need to calculate. So this is the important working note that you need to calculate before we go for the calculation of total wages. So one, it is you take down what is the time rate per hour, it is 30. Then we have the standard output per hour, it is 6 units. So that means in the question, standard output per hour 6 unit is given. So we need to calculate what is the standard output per day, because here in the questions we have given with the in a day of 8 hours work. So for the 8 hours work, how much the wages we are getting? So that is 6 unit into 8 hours, your standard unit, it is 48. Then we need to calculate the piece rate, that is time rate divided by 6 units. So we will get the piece rate. So now we'll go for the calculation of total wages. So next we'll take the statement of total earnings. Total earnings of 8 hours. 8 hours. So here we have 2 workers. So particulars. Then here we have 2 workers, that is Bharat and Govinda. So here Bharat, here it is Govinda. So we are simultaneously we are calculating the total wages of both the workers. So first we will take what is the actual production. Actual production. That is your AP, actual production of both the workers. See here, the actual production of both the workers, Bharat produced 39 units and Govinda produced 48 units. So that is their actual production. Bharat, it is 39, Govinda, it is 48. Then we need to take what is the standard production. Standard production. So standard production that we have calculated for 8 hours, your standard production, it is 48 units. Simple, for 1 hour it is 6 unit. So we are calculating for 8 hours. For 8 hours, how much? So it is 48 for both the worker. Your standard production for both the worker, it is 48 units. Then next thing it is, we need to calculate your rate of efficiency. Rate of efficiency, that is your actual production divided by standard production into 100, we will get the rate of efficiency. So to calculate your rate of efficiency, this is the formula that we are using. So actual production divided by standard production into 100. So here actual production, it is 39. Standard production, it is 48 into 100. So here 48 actual production, standard production is also 48 into 100. So here we will get their rate of efficiency. So 39 divided by 48 into 100. So it is 81.25%. Here it is 48 by 48 means it is 100%. So now we need to apply which rate is applicable here. Here worker Bharat, his rate of efficiency is 81.25. If the rate of efficiency, if it is below 100, below 100 if it is there, then he will get low piece rate. So here, if the rate of efficiency, if it is above 100 and above 100, he will get high piece rate. So this is the important calculations that we need to do. So if the worker's rate of efficiency, if it is below 100, then he will get the low piece rate. If the rate of efficiency above 100 or equal to 100, then he will get the high piece rate. So next continuation, after getting the rate of efficiency, we need to calculate what is low piece rate and what is high piece rate. See here in the question, the piece rate applicable, the differential piece rate are low piece rate, it is 80% of the piece rate, and high piece rate, it is 120. So that we need to apply here. So here, your piece rate that we have calculated, it is rupees 5. So rupees 5 into 80%. So that is the differential piece rate we are applying. So here, rupees 5 into high piece rate, it is 120%. So we will get the, what is the low piece rate and high piece rate. So 80% of rupees 5, so that we are going to get, it is rupees 4. Then 120% of rupees 5, so that we are going to get here, it is rupees 6. So for both the worker, if he gets the low piece rate, the rate of applicable, it is for him, it is rupees 4. If the worker, he get the high piece rate, so the rate he is going to get, it is 6. So now we'll come back to the worker. He is getting low piece rate. So that means he is getting rupees 4. Then worker Govinda, he gets high piece rate. So that means he is getting rupees 6. So therefore, last we will calculate the total earnings or total wages. Total wages. So your formula, what is actual production into what is the piece rate applicable for them. So this is the formula that we are using to calculate the total wages. So what is the actual production of worker Bharat? So Bharat actual production, it is 39. So it is 39 units into what is the piece rate applicable for him? He is getting low piece rate. So that is rupees 4. So the rate applicable for him, it is 4. So 39 into 4, his wage amount that he is going to get, it is rupees 56. In the same way for Govinda, his actual production, it is 48. So 48 units that he's produced into what is the rate applicable for him? It is high piece rate, that is rupees 6. So rupees 6. So the amount he is getting, it is 288. So this is the total wage calculations under Taylor's differential piece rate system. So their total earnings of worker Bharat, it is 156, and for Govinda it is 288. So this is how we need to calculate the piece rate under differential Taylor's differential piece rate system. So the simple, first we need to calculate what is the standard output. Here they have given for the 8 hours, 1 day of 8 hours. So for that, per hour, if it is 6 units, for 8 hours, how much? So we have got the standard output. Then we need to calculate the piece rate. So that is time rate divided by number of units per hour, it is 6. So rupees 5, it is the piece rate. Then we'll do the statement of total earnings of 8 hours work. So particulars Bharat and Govinda. What is their actual production? That is given in your question. So here actual production we need to take. Then we need to take the standard production. Then we need to find out the rate of efficiency. Simple, actual production divided by standard production into 100. We will get the percentage of rate of efficiency. If this percentage, if it is below 100, here only we will write he will get the low piece rate. If his rate of efficiency 100 or above 100, he will get the high piece rate. Then we'll calculate what is the low piece rate and high piece rate. Here in the questions, it is clearly mentioned the differential piece rate. For low piece rate, it is 80%, and for high piece rate, it is 120%. So that we will apply here. Of piece rate, it is 5. Of 80%, it is 4. Then 120% of it is 5, it is 6. Then finally, we'll calculate the total earnings. Actual production into piece rate. So his actual production, it is 39 units. Into 4, you will get the total earnings. Then Govinda actual production, it is 48 units. Into 6, you will get the total earnings of Govinda. So this is how we need to calculate the piece rate under Taylor's plan. So then we'll move on to the another method of differential piece rate system. Here we have, it is the Merrick differential piece rate system. So the main feature of the system are as follows. So it is a multiple piece rate system. That means based on the standard of efficiency of the worker, the different rates are given. So there is a different or the multiple standards are fixed and the multiple piece rate are fixed based on the standard of efficiency of the worker. If the high efficiency is there for any worker, he will get one rate. If it is the low efficiency is there, he will get another rate. If it is the below the standard or the low level of efficiency is there, he will get another different piece rate. So that is, it is a multiple piece rate system. So all the workers under the schemes are paid only on the basis of their output. So each worker here, they will get paid only on the basis of their output. What is the unit they are produced and what is the standard that a factory or the business they are established. So based on that, they will fix the piece rate. So the time wages are not guaranteed to the worker. They are paid on the basis of their efficiency. So here the workers are paid only based on their efficiency or the level of efficiency of that worker, not on based on what is the total hours worked by the worker. So here time wages are not guaranteed. It's only the payment is based on what is the level of efficiency of that worker. So the rates payment under this system, here it is important, 3 types of piece rate are fixed. So one, it is up to 83% of the standard. So that means if a worker has achieved up to 83% of the standard, he will get the normal piece rate. Suppose your piece rate, it is rupees 10. Piece rate, just assume that piece rate, it is fixed, it is 10. So if any worker, his standard, it is only up to 83%. So then he will get the normal piece rate, that is 100%. That means he will get, in this example, he will get only 10 rupees per unit. Next, second category, it is up from 83% to 100%. So that means from 83% up to 100%, if that the efficiency is there between that level, they will get 110% of the normal piece rate. So that means in this example, 110% of rupees 10, that is the piece rate that they are going to get. Then third category, if any worker's efficiency it is above 100%, they will get 120% of the normal piece rate. So that means 120% of rupees 10. So this is the multiple piece rate that is given to the worker based on their efficiency. So simple, when you follow under the Merrick differential piece rate system, here you need to remember the 3 kind of efficiency level. If any worker, his efficiency level is below 83%, then he will get whatever the piece rate, 100% of piece rate. If it is 10 rupees piece rate is fixed, only that much he will get. Suppose if his efficiency level is above 83% and below 100%, then he will get 110% of the piece rate. So here in example, if it is 10 rupees is a piece rate, so 10 rupees into 110% that he is going to get. And third level, if it is any worker has more than 100% of efficiency level, that is the 120% of normal piece rate that he will get. So this is the important multiple piece rate that you need to remember under the Merrick differential piece rate system. So now we'll see one question. Illustration 1, piece rate, it is rupees 20. So per unit rate or the piece rate fixed, it is 20. Then standard output, it is 24 units per day of 8 hours. So standard output, it is clearly given. It is for 8 hours work. The standard output fixed, it is 24 unit. So that means each worker in 8 hours work, they have to produce 24 units of product. So that is the standard fixed. So then what is the actual output of worker A, B and C? It is given. So that means in that 8 hours work, what is the actual production made by the 3 worker? Worker A, he produced 16 units. Then worker B, he produced 21 units. And worker C, he produced 25 units. So here we have standard production, which is 24. Then we have actual production of A, it is 16, then B, it is 21, then C, it is 25. We have 3 workers' actual production. So compute the wages for A, B and C under Merrick differential piece rate system. So here in this problem, we are applying Merrick differential piece rate system. That is very important. So when you read the questions, you need to be very clear whether they have asked to apply the Taylor's or whether they have asked to apply the Merrick differential piece rate system. So this is important. So now we'll see the solution part. So the working note. First we'll do the working note. So first we need, what is the piece rate? So piece rate, it is given in your question, it is 20. First we'll write whatever the given information is there in the question. So that we'll write first. Then we need to know what is the standard production or the standard output. So the standard output, how much? It is 24 unit. So 24 units. Directly it is given for 8 hours work. Suppose if it is standard output, it is given for 1 hour and we are calculating for 8 hours. That means we need to convert 1 hour output into for 8 hours we need to convert. But here we don't have to convert because it is directly given for 8 hours. So the standard fixed, it is 24 unit. Standard means, that means each worker, the limit it is given for 8 hours work, they have to produce 24 units. So that is the limit they have fixed. Then third one, we need to know what is actual productions for A, for B and C. So A, it is 16, B, it is 21, C, it is 25. So this is the unit they produced. So in the 8 hours, this is the actual production. So then last, we need to calculate what is the rate of efficiency. So your rate of efficiency, simple formula, what is actual production divided by standard productions into 100, we will get the rate of efficiency. This is same for the Taylor's and also for the Merrick. When you have to calculate what is the efficiency level of the worker, then what is the actual production divided by standard production into 100, you will get the rate of efficiency. So now we'll move on to the statement. So that is statement of total earnings. Total earnings, that is for 8 hours. So here we are applying Merrick differential piece rate system. Merrick differential piece rate system. So here we have 3 worker particulars and 3 workers calculations. So worker A, worker B and then C. So first we will take what is the actual production. Actual production, that is AP of worker, it is 16, B it is 21 and C it is 25. First we will take their actual production which is given in your question. And then we need to know what is standard production. Standard production, see here the standard production, it is 24. 24 It is same for all the workers. So always once the standard is fixed, so that applicable to the all the workers. So that means your standard production, that is your SP, it is same for all three worker. Then we'll calculate what is rate of efficiency, that is AP divided by SP into 100. So actual production is 16, standard production it is 24 into 100. And for B, actual production 21, standard production 24 into 100. Then for C, actual production 25, standard production it is 24 into 100. So here we will get the rate of efficiency. So here 16 divided by 24. So your rate of efficiency it is 66.67%. And for B, it is 21 divided by 24 into 100. His rate of efficiency it is 83.33%. And then for C, his actual production it is 25 divided by standard production 24 into 100. His rate of efficiency it is 104.16%. So this is the rate of efficiency. So by seeing the rate of efficiency, we need to apply which rate is applicable for them. So the continuation, so piece rate applicable. So one rate it is up to 83%. See in the question here, his multiple piece rate are up to 83%, it is 100%. Then from 83 to 100, it is 110%. Then above 100, it is 120. So that we will write here. Up to 83, it is 100%. Then from 83 to 100%, it is 110%. Then above 100%, it is 120%. So we need to write this one here. What is the different piece rate applicable? So now, what is the piece rate here? So the piece rate it is 20. So for A, his rate of efficiency it is 66.67. That means it is up to 83% or below 83%. So that means he is getting 100% of piece rate. Then come to the B, his it is 83.33. So he falls in the second category from 83 to 100%. So he is getting 110% of piece rate. Then third, so C, his rate of efficiency it is 104.16. So that means he falls under third category, that is above 100%. So he will get 120% of piece rate. So here piece rate it is rupees 20. It is directly given in your question. Piece rate it is 20. So piece rate it is directly given in your question. It is 20. So what is the rate applicable? So 20 into 100%. That means rate applicable for him it is 20 only. Here 20 into 110%. So that means the rate applicable here it is 22 rupees 22. Here rupees 20 into 120%. So that means the rate applicable for C it is rupees 24. So this is the piece rate. So finally, therefore total earnings, that is actual production into piece rate. So the total earnings is equal to actual production into piece rate. So for A, his actual production it is 16 unit into piece rate applicable for him it is 20. So 16 into 20 it is 320. So his total earnings of A it is 320. Now comes for B. So his actual production it is 21. So 21 unit into piece rate for him it is rupees 22. So his total earnings it is 462. So B's total earnings under merit plan it is 462. Now comes for C. His actual production it is 25 and he is getting 120% of piece rate, that is 24. So 25 units into rupees 24. It is 600. So his wage under merit plan, it is 600. So this is how we need to calculate the total earnings. So simple, under merit differential piece rate system, he has a multiple piece rate. One, it is if the efficiency level, if it is below 83% or up to 83%, he will get 100%. So that is whatever the piece rate is, that much he will get. Suppose his rate of efficiency are above 83 and below 100, so that means he will get 110% of piece rate, that is 20 into 110. Suppose any worker, his level of efficiency or the rate of efficiency, if it is above 100, he will get 120% of the piece rate. So that is 20 into 120. So the piece rate applicable for him, it is rupees 24. So this is the multiple piece rate allotted or given to the worker based on their efficiency. So this is how we need to calculate important two system, piece rate system. One, it is the Taylor's, and another one, it is the merit differential, important two system that you can expect in the examinations also. So this is all about the fourth unit, labor cost. Here important thing that we have, it is the calculation of Halsey's plans and the Rowan's plan, that is a time rate system. And here we have, it is the calculations of the piece rate under Taylor's and differential piece rate system, important four concept that we have in the labor cost, and rest of the topics that we have, it is the theory part. So we all meet in the next sessions for the next unit, that is the last unit that we have, so that we are going to discuss in the upcoming sessions. So thank you.